You're actually out of the body when you're dreaming at night. So when you sleep for 7 or 8 hours, you're going to spend 3 hours. This is medical studies now. This is hard no science now. We've known this since the 1950s when we discovered the 4 brainwaves. You spend 3 hours out of the body into the 5th dimension. The question is, where do you go? Most people, because they don't know what they're doing, or because they're arguing with their wife, or they're worrying about problems, or because they had too many drugs, they go to the lower astral plane. That's a very bad neighborhood.
Like hell.
Well, except you can get out of it. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's like purgatory. Okay?
Purgatory, okay.
Whereas if you use the techniques I described in psychic protection techniques and more positive things, you can leave through the crown chakra, not through the 3rd chakra, which will take you to the lower astral. If you go to the crown chakra, which is where you want to go, now you go to the upper astral plane or the causal, mental, etheric, or even soul plane. Those are all positive dimensions. Okay? The only 2 negative dimensions are the lower astral plane and this one. We have a lot of problems here. But the other dimensions are all positive. And each dimension has a sound and certain characteristics that are relevant to it. For example, if you're out of the body and you hear the roar of the sea, you're on the astral plane. If you hear the tinkling of bells like in a New Age bookstore, now you're on the causal plane where the Akashic records are stored. If you hear the sound of running water, you're on the mental plane. And if you hear the buzzing of bees, you're on the etheric plane. Or if you hear the sound of a flute, you're on the soul plane.
What's up? It's 9THT9 and I have a mind control video for you guys today. So I want to talk about what Bruce was saying about dreams and going to a lower plane and his techniques and knowing which plane you're in. So I do believe that there are signs to know which planes you're in, but I also think that everybody should take in mind that we know nothing. We know a drop in the ocean about everything, whether we like it or not. Now, when it comes to the brain and dreaming and stuff like that, you can't even touch nothing to nothing to nothing to nothing. You can't even make an example because that's how little we know. So I think it's going to work differently from everybody. Everybody's brain is different, and the brain is just so vast and just so much, we don't know. We just don't know. And so I that's what I have to say on his techniques. It's 9 times out of 10 not going to work for everybody because not everything works for everybody, and that's just how stuff goes. And so some of the things he said is not going to be accurate for everybody. I think it's more so the majority. I feel like you would have to like listen to him the whole video and actually really full on practice to even know if it worked. You have to full on practice his technique and do everything he said and really watch that full video and read and to really actually even know if it worked in the first place. So that's another thing. Now I 100% agree about when he talks about going to lower planes and stuff like that because of the days you have. I think the state of mind you're in is the most important for you to shift and go where you go and do what you do. So based on your energy and your own inner self, that's why it's really whatever floats your boat for real. So I'm gonna end the video off really with saying everything is up to you. Everything is up to you. It's whatever floats your boat. You have to live with you. Make sure you're always doing what makes you happy and what you feel good doing. You want to feel good, because you have to live with you. So always make sure that you feel good and do what you do to feel good. How can you do what you do to feel good? It's stuff that you will be thirsty to do. What are you thirsty to do? If you don't know, if you have nothing that you're thirsty to do, go out there and do stuff that you probably don't think you would like to do to see if you could be thirsty to do it. So that's pretty much it for this video. Actually, Fake do have a lot more to say about this, but now I want to touch on the dream part of it, because I'm speaking about going to lower planes, and I feel like that's also in the part of the program. Some of us are programmed by what we watch, what we eat and stuff to go to these lower planes as well. So that's why you got to focus on what you put into your body and all that. So I'll be talking about that in another video. So 9THT9 out. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll be back to talk about the dreaming part and to just add on to basically what I said today in this video. So 9THT9 out.